Now listen, water as a limited resource. Now, why this water is considered as a limited resource? We should know that. Now, there are many marvelous creations in this nature, right? Those creations which are naturally created by God, we call them as the natural resource. So one of them is water. This water is very important for us, and this is a very valuable gift given to the human beings and other living beings by the nature. But unfortunately, this is a very limited natural resource. There's a reason. Reason is, now whatever the things we do in our day-to-day life, we require water. Most of the sources of water which are available in our nature, they are not in a good condition to use. Every water you can't use. Right, now look at these three diagrams. You can see that all water, if we consider, ocean and the saline lake can cover 97.4%. Just come to the final picture, the last picture you can see. They have divided into lakes, soil moisture, and rivers. So this water in the sea and ocean are covering 97.4%. So the amount of water that is in ice, the solid state, the second diagram you can see. So you can find solid state water for 2.58%, 2.58%, the value given in your book. And water that we can consume is only a very little, very, very little amount only that we can consume. That is only 0.01%. So though the earth's surface is covered more than 70% by water, only 0.01% of that water we can consume. So even though this water is considered as a natural resource, most of the people, they use it in a very careless way. They waste water. They use it for several other purposes. They forget the main purpose of water. So we are wasting how much water? You know, this thing, when we go to washroom, we just open the sink for some tap for some times. We open the bucket and the bucket water overflows sometimes. And we bath in the shower and only few drops of water will come to our head. Other all are just a waste. When we are washing dishes, we wash the dish, lots of water is wasted. So we have to think how to minimize the wastage of water as well. Other than the consumption of water, this amount of water that is good for our consumption, the other amount of water, saline water, whatever the sea water, ocean water, they are being polluted daily. So that pollution also should be stopped. So the next part is water pollution. So from the diagram itself, you can have an idea like what is water pollution. Because you know that there are, as I told you, a vast amount of water is present in the earth, but not everything that we can consume. The one that we can't consume, some are salt water and some are the polluted water and some the ice water. So even this polluted water, where we can find this water in our river, lakes and all, but still we can't consume them. Because there are waste materials, the bad smell or whatever the other rubbish are put into this water. So due to this addition of waste materials or other unsuitable things in this water, human beings, they can't consume this water. That's why we said only 0.01% of water is suitable for our consumption. So water pollution means what? The definition you have to understand. They can ask you the question directly. What is water pollution? So you can't write just all the answers what comes to your mind. You have to write down a proper definite answer, because that is an answer that is present in your marking scheme. Water pollution is the release. Water pollution is the release of substances into bodies of water that makes water unsafe for human use and destroys aquatic ecosystem. Now see the important terms that you have to include in your definition. Release of substances into water bodies that make water unsafe for human use. destroys aquatic ecosystem. These terms are very important. So when you are memorizing the definition for water pollution, remember that you have to mention these terms definitely. Now let's go to the next one. Characteristics of polluted water. How do you know whether a water body is polluted or not? These are the bad smell should be there, and it should be decolorization. I know that water has no color, but this polluted water, when you note them, when you just look at them, you can understand that this water is polluted because it has a very different color, very dark, dirty color. So this is called as decolorization. Other thing is unsuitable for consumption. So if these 3 points are satisfied, we can consider that that water is a polluted water. So why these things happen, the bad smell, decolorization, and unsuitable for consumption, reason, people, they release certain waste materials, and due to some careless works of people, let's see how that happens, how this water is getting polluted. Now, even this diagram, you can understand that what kind of destruction is done for this water. So these 3 characteristics, you remember, they are the characteristics of polluted water. Now let's see, as I told you, how this water is being polluted. What are the methods of water pollution? Addition of agrochemicals and chemicals. This is the first one. Addition of agrochemicals and chemicals. Certain chemical waste materials added to water. So most of the time, this thing happen in the factories, the areas where the factories are there, or else any other nuclear productions are done. So in these kind of places, they are always meddling with these chemicals. So these chemicals, after their usage, they are released into the water, and water gets destroyed. Water gets polluted. Second one, addition of polythene and plastic to water bodies. So when we release these plastic stuff or other polythene items into this water, we can't use that water once again. We can't consume that. Not we means not only the human, even the animals, the microorganisms, even they, like, they can't consume unhealthy water because they are polluted. They're having a large amount of poison in there. Third thing, releasing of chemicals and impure water from factories. This is also similar to the first point. Now you can see from factories, if you have seen, they are releasing a large amount of waste material, especially these chemicals, right? And used water, impure water, that they have used certain amount of water for their chemical activities, and those water are released into the good water, the natural resource, and they are also polluted. Finally, both the good and the bad water get totally polluted water. So what we have to identify from this is, already we are having only 0.01% of good water for human consumption. So human beings, they are doing certain careless work, and they are polluting even this limited amount of water. Fourth one, releasing of waste materials and impure water to water bodies. So this fourth point, third point, and the first point are very much related, but you have to remember each and everything separately. Releasing waste materials and impure water to water bodies. Impure water means not pure water. They are not clean water. Fifth one, washing and bathing in water bodies. Yes, now see, this picture will clearly give you an idea. Washing animals in the same water, washing the clothes. Humans are also bathing. They are washing certain other things. Everything is done. And this water is finally becoming impure water, or we can say the polluted water. So this type of water is totally not good for our consumption. They can cause health problems. Certain diseases, new diseases will arise because of this consumption. But you have to believe that still in our world, there are people who consume this kind of water. They bath in the same water, they drink the same water, they use the same water for cooking and stuff. Because those people, they are suffering in lack of water. Probably, like most probably the countries, the African countries, South African countries, Somalia, right? The most deserted countries, They don't have much amount of water for consumption like us, but we are having water for everything. We have the hot water, we have the cold water, we have even in the garden, in front of our garden, we have a display of water, right? For the beautiful, for the making it beauty, right? Other thing is, people in this world where we have lot of amount of water, the people, they start wasting that. They start introducing sports, water games and all. We learned the uses of water category there. I taught you. We use water for making the sports, water games, right? Other thing is to decorate certain items and to make certain fancy food items. But there are people who are suffering without water because only 0.01% of the earth is having the water that we can consume. Sixth, okay, only 5 points. 5 points are there to discuss about methods of water pollution. So hope that point. Pollution of surface water affects the groundwater too. That means if you now you know what is surface water, you know what is groundwater. Now can you remember what are the examples of surface water? Types of surface water where we can find? What are the types of surface water? Do you remember now? So pollution of surface water affect the groundwater, rivers and stream. So if those water is polluted, groundwater also get polluted. That is the spring water, the water in the well, they also get polluted. So the poisonous chemicals in surface water are added to the groundwater too. So that chemicals in surface water get added to groundwater too. As groundwater is used to drink, these poisonous chemicals enter the human body. So we use the well water to drink, right? We use the spring water to drink. So when we drink these, those chemicals which came from surface water, they enter our body. And that cause many serious illness such as cancers, kidney failures, and etc. Precautions should be taken as soon as possible to prevent water pollution. Otherwise, we will also lose the limited amount of water that is suitable for consumption. So only 0.01% is there, that also we will lose. Taking necessary steps to stop water pollution is a timely need. So we have to take necessary steps to stop this water pollution. That is the responsibility of us. We have to save water for the future generation as well.